Team 1 versus FaZe. All comes down to this demo. We've seen target bans aplenty throughout the course of the Copa Elite 6. More specifically in Copa than in the regular stage. We're getting a couple of target bans of our own here. The Ayana is going to be removed there. FaZe not wanting to deal with any Ayana play. Is that a direct KDS counter, do you think?
Perhaps. I think the mute ban is also very interesting to see that come through. It has been a bit of a staple operator in the meta across every region for every team. Mute always has a big part to say. He's just so strong. The gadget is so influential in so many different ways. You think of drone denial. You think of even being able to deny breaching, of course. You're kind of killing two birds with one stone in that element. You know, there's very few operators that we look and think they can do two jobs. That maybe only one operator can do one job, not two.
Yeah, Mute really fulfills a lot of those roles. And to see him removed, it's going to be one of the first time. Mute doesn't see a lot of ban, but he sees a great deal of play. So it is one of those that when removed, it does start to shake things up quite significantly. It's going to free the attackers up to be able to pick on to other things. But realistically, you're always going to be left with a little bit of a hole where that Mute was. Now, Caraman's going to try and fill it in this round, at least, with the Bandit. Opportunity, of course, to place those Bandit batteries out there and deny some wall. But realistically, the Mute is used as much for wall denial as he is for drone denial as well. The drones can be such a key part in how attackers want to try and gather information. Especially you start thinking about Rotero drones. They're a big problem for Mute jammers, especially if they're placed in awkward positions. Flora's being picked straight away by Lagonis really shows their intention with that Mute ban. Not only are they going to be really looking to try and make the most of dealing with that mute ban and the lack of the Mute, they're going to be taking the Floras as well, which is arguably one of the operators that gets the most value out of a Mute ban.
Only thing is with actually bringing the Bandit from FaZe's behalf, what's it really going to achieve whenever Team 1 have been known to not play with the hard breach role? And look at their lineup again.
That's the bait, isn't it? You know? That's the beautiful bait around all of this. It was a comment we made about Team 1 yesterday when we saw them play Villa.
They do play it very coastline-esque. That's for certain. And one thing that I'm very interested with Team 1 is how they're going to utilize the actual mechanics that you can gain from the Buck, because I don't think they really exercise that to the best of their abilities. Buck is great. Just the flexibility you can gain from going below and opening up beneath. You know, very few operators can actually use that kind of vertical play, and Buck is probably one of the best ones to do that. I would like to see them target it. I would really like to see them utilize the skeleton key. I think we see it yesterday between Team 1, or was it NIP did against him? I don't know who it was, but somebody went below, and they really utilized the fact that you can use the soft breach to really target specific people playing in anchor positions in the bomb site, and it's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind, is that we can see that vertical game come in big. Only issue that I would say for Team 1 going into this Villa game is Cyber dropped 24 kills in this map yesterday.
Cyber's known to pop off on Villa. I'm not sure what it is about the map and him as a combination, but it is a very dangerous one, and one that regularly does provide a lot of fruits and a lot of love. But he's not alone here. Cameraman's backing him up, as is Bullet. Bullet had a really quiet Oregon, so nice to see him hitting his stride already here inside of this map. Very quickly, Team 1 have been chunked down one at a time. The vertical angles that they've got largely irrelevant at this point, given that there isn't really anyone to challenge onto them. There's only Neskin and Lagonis left, and they've got a minute to try and make something happen. Nothing coming through as a trade. Everything being taken one by one. Cameraman going to get caught out there, just caught in a sprint animation. Neskin will be in position in the bathroom to shut him down. Astro going to be playing inside a trophy. Not quite cut off at the moment, but far away. Neskin just going to be rotating to and fro. Has the mirror window to contend with. Goes for the nade, but immediately eaten up by the jammer. Going still outside at this moment in time as Neskin's fighting on inside a bathroom. How long can he keep these FaZe players off for? Lagonis, pig window. maybe going to hop himself in. Could try and play for a kill here, but realistically, is he going to be able to make it happen? Bullet shuts Neskin down. Cyber was always going to be able to get the heads up onto Lagonis as soon as he hears the hop through straight around the corner. FaZe not messing around.
Straight into business. This is a statement they're putting out to Team 1 saying, why have you taken us here? Why have you taken us to Villa? I mean, both teams are a fan of this map. Very similar to Oregon. Both teams have had good success. It is probably one of the maps that I would say has the potential, out of the 3 maps we've seen tonight, has the potential for somebody to have a massive pop-off game. So that is probably one thing that I believe both teams would probably take in consideration, is that one of them can just ramp up, you know, a massive amount of kills just on one player. You know, we've seen it from Cyber yesterday. We've seen Alama have his fair share of, 18 kills in this map. So there's definitely a lot of potential for both teams and potential for players to have a standout performance.
It is unusual for FaZe to have one player that really stands out as well in their new form. Their new form is typically a very consistent team with nobody really standing head and shoulders, but you do just get that odd anomaly where it's Souls that's clutching, or it's Cyber that's hitting a ton of kills, or even Astro for that matter. And Bullet as well has had his games too, but they tend to be almost map-specific players, whereas if you think about Clubhouse and you think about Bullet, you think about Villa, you think about Cyber, you think about Astro, you think about Oregon. Like, those are the initial links that my brain makes if we're going to start playing a bit of word association almost with these guys. But realistically, it's that consistency that regularly pulls them through. Been able to pick up round 1 here. They started off pretty strong over on Oregon. We all know how that ended up going. So, by no means is it an indication. Attacks for Team 1 have been ropey at best throughout the course of this weekend. Really looking for some sort of consistency here from them.
Yesterday, whenever we seen Team 1 square off against NIP, they managed to take 3 attacks on their attacking half. And then they also went on to win 4 defenses on their defensive half. So, it does show the capabilities of Team 1 and what they can perform in the defense, especially. I think Team 1, a real testament to them in Oregon, was showing how good their defensive half was, being able to rival FaZe's defensive half. You know, we've highlighted how good FaZe have been all season on their defense. To see Team 1 match that, just power for power, blow for blow, has been phenomenal. What have I just seen on my screen?
I'm not sure how he's gotten away with that. Alamar's just been sat down in the dirt. Astro going for a second. Gets the kill on KDS, draws for the pistol. He might not have enough ammo in the Roni to pull off the full kill. Confirms the DBNO, hits the pistol up. Astro from inside of Art has just caused a mockery of this Team 1 attack. Levy, he's going to move through and try and pick up some of these pieces. But it's too little. It's too late. Astro's moved. He's actually inside a library now. And he's still going to look to try and contest and contend here. A lot of the work has been done. Team 1 start to circle. Levy gets a chance on those main stairs. Look at Astro. He's laughing his head off. He's smiling. He loves
like the Joker. It's as if he set bombs around Gotham City, Ollie, and he's just ready for the bat to try and challenge him. And they don't know where he is. They cannot find the Joker. Levy still has to be cautious, of course, of that main stairs, and shots towards him. And oh, there he is. There's Astro. As easy as you like for him. No pressure. It appears that Astro's going to have the final laugh in this round, Ollie.
He really is. Got a lot of info available here for Team 1. Neskin picks up a kill onto cameraman, but Astro, typical fashion, ready and waiting. Bottom of astronomy stairs. Where else would he be? Agonis knows this, and he's conscious of that rotation. Maybe Astro gets himself up red. Neskin gets the drop. Bullet going to be playing just on statuary doorway. Astro trying to find these engagements still. Lagonis will pick up 2 as a careless double peek there is not rewarded. Bullet falling as well, and things level at 2 versus 2. Toxic Babe canisters left from Souls, but that will be his last one. With 11 seconds, it's probably going to do the majority of the work here. The Cyber can hold on. Plant now being attempted. Unbeknown to FaZe, they don't seem to be aware that this is actually going on, and the plant will be confirmed. Neskin, 1 shot. Lagonis lay prone behind maps. He's picked up 3, and he's looking for more. He could very well win this round here, given the start that FaZe had had. Going to be a dying shame. Souls, he knows there's a player lay prone. He knows the patience that's being displayed here. Gets the down onto Neskin. Hits the shot onto Lagonis. That's why we call him the Clutch Master Demo. Souls gets the job done. Plenty of time to disable that diffuser.
I'm lost for words. First of all, how it got to this stage is beyond me. Beyond me.
You might be wondering how we got here. Let me tell you.
This is how I met your mother. No, that's a different show entirely. Just the fact that Team One battled back from losing the first 3 opening engagements to a very strong roam game from cameraman on Astro is unbelievable. And then just in the end, Souls clutching up a very difficult 1v2 also, and he managed to make it work. Let me go. How many clutches is that for him for the season? It must be over 15 at least now.
He's getting up there. He really is. Got some great replays from that round as well. You can just see Astro just downstairs. It was an unbelievable start, and I can't believe that it got as close as it did to going toward Team One.
I look at Souls and I think, why is he not getting more credit for what he's been able to do this year? Because whenever you think of supports, I would say a lot of people don't think of Souls.
I would maybe agree.
I don't think people think of Souls. I think if you think of the supports, everyone's going to say Brids. Right off the rip, people are going to say Brid. No doubt in my mind. I think Souls
I think it depends on what circles you're moving, doesn't it?
Souls will surprise people at the major. 100%. Souls will have clutches, and I really hope he does, because what this guy's been able to do week in, week out, every week he has a clutch, every week he has a moment, and we're sitting here thinking, how can he top it? You know, it's as if we've got to our 15th season of Souls. What's the finale going to be like this time? Is it going to top the last finale? And it does. Every time it does. Well, maybe the season 14 finale, Ollie, on Coastline was a little bit better than that one, but still, you know, it's the principle of it is we always want to see what's next for this player.
And it's great because it never leaves you on a cliffhanger. You always get the punchline there and then. There's no cliffhanger, like, it doesn't cut off just before he gets the final kill, like, find out next week if Souls is going to clutch.
Always just gets it done. Always gets it done. So, that has been, I don't know, is that a bit of a knock to Team One? Because realistically, it's a round that they should never have been in after their opening, but still, almost won it. So, I don't really know how the mental game is for both sides after that. Ollie.
Oh!
He did this yesterday!
Cyber's a nightmare for that. Cyber's a problem for those C4s getting thrown outside. You've got to watch him for it. Levy, fallen foul the same way that Furia did oh so many times. Cyber and those C4s being thrown onto players that are either running to the building or just minding their own business, trying to get a drone out there.
Moving on. We look towards FaZe and steal up this round again. That roam game will be established by Cyber. The Astro also with them, the double Ronies. A long time ago, Ollie, whenever the kind of old meta back in 2017, the two best roamers at the time, the two best roamers to hold offsite positions was actually the double French. Remember the Dock and Rook meta? Whenever teams would roam around with those two operators, and now it's really resulted into the double Roni meta. That's kind of where we've shifted to. There's one Roni dealt with. Stroke gone. But with a minute left, doesn't leave Team One with a lot to work with. Neskin, that's a great pick. Eliminates Cameraman. It's an anchor gone. That's the Maestro off the table. KDS also finds another. A good trickle of kills starting to roll in for Team One. Cyber now rotates in. There's a man standing right beside him. Waits the perfect opportunity and will pounce and strike. Delays the diffuser. For the meantime, Cyber knows there's going to be one inside a kitchen. Will he win it? Yes, he will. Cyber has became unleashed once again, Ollie. This is his map and nobody's taken it away from him.
How does he manage to get away with these things? Keeping himself alive in an impossible situation. Is he going to grab the ace? No, eventually he's felled by Lagonis. But Bullet still remains. Both players chunked down. Lagonis does have the diffuser. How many times is Lagonis going to be in the clutch situation today? Live ping information for Bullet. Bullet minding his time. He knows there's 9 seconds left. He's going to force him to try and get this plant down. Walk up easy as you like. Bullet takes the kill. Lagonis trying to play ring around the rosy there, but shut down. Bullet may have got the final kill, but that round has to be credited to Cyber. What an incredible play.
I was just about to say the same thing. He may have done, you know, the dirty job of having the clutch up in those tense moments, but oh, praise Lord Cyber and Villa. He owns this house. He owns this villa.
It's like people can't see him. It's almost like he's invisible.
He picked up 3 kills in the same position.
Didn't move his feet.
Nope.
Didn't move. Nearly fluffed the first one, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Alamar will watch that back, and he'll probably be really annoyed that he didn't swing the corner. Of all the times today that Alamar has swung a corner and we've been sat here going, why? That was the one time he should have swung the corner.
Neskin
the one
should have
time.
killed him. I thought Neskin was going to be a surefire kill. Neskin had a deployable shield he could have picked from. He knew that Cyber was in that same position because Cyber literally shot at him a second before, but he just doesn't kill him. Yeah, very, very strange from Team 1, and they've allowed him to get away with that. It should not happen, but it has. 3-0 down. Team 1 now sit on Villa. I mean, sure, it might be Villa where you could argue that the defense is a much better half for Team 1. Well, they proved that yesterday against NIP. But you don't want to be going into your defensive half 5-1 down or 6-0 down potentially.
This is an exhausting half as well. I'm feeling it. And we're not even playing. But how close a lot of these rounds are coming down to, like the fine margins that rounds are being decided upon, that is going to start to weigh fairly heavy, especially given the circumstances that Team 1 had to go through to get to this map in the first place. Given that they were down and out on Oregon and really had to battle back, clutch after clutch after clutch, it's really going to start to deteriorate and wear away at a team's mental and at their ability to continue to pull those out the bag. And it goes both ways. There's only so many times that FaZe can clutch up. You know, they're the ones that are on the right end of these at the moment, and there's nothing really to say that that's not going to change.
Again, no hard breach for Team 1, and this is a bomb site which is a bit of a necessity. We've seen Team 1 yesterday where they did get choked up by not bringing hard breach, and they really hindered themselves. This is a bomb site that was, I think, the big highlight in that Team 1 NIP game was neither side could really attack it well because they weren't bringing hard breach. Hard breach is a necessity. If you don't bring the hard breach, you're limiting yourselves to doorways. Doorways are very easy to hold on this bomb site. Whenever a lot of the doorways can be held from bomb chassis, that's already a bit of an issue. And with smoke always being a must pick for this bomb site, it makes things 10 times harder to go for swings and try and push in. I do fear for Team 1, unless they really challenge this roam game, it's not going to work for them. One thing that we kind of highlighted between FaZe and Furia yesterday, Ollie, was the recognition from FaZe that they were able to fall back whenever they knew nothing was on. They didn't want to give their enemy kills and I can't.
How does he get away with it? It instantly shut down, though. To be fair to Team 1, they've not let it slip. They've actually grabbed one back onto Cyber as well, so they've shut down the king of the castle at the moment. Team 1, one of the first times we actually see them with a man count advantage here, but how quickly will it slip away? Great kill there from Astro onto Levy. Levy trying to drop shot and everything inside of that one. Alamar's picked up one in the meantime. Souls long angle in through into Astronomy. Just not concerned about the stairs. Oh, it's cruel, but Lagonis is able to pick him up. Astro in the clutches. Eventually caught out in the crossfire. Alamar laid prone on 90. It's an angle that no one is ever going to check. No one's going to catch you out there. Team 1 finally grabbed themselves around here on Villa. It was about time, to be honest. Things really were starting to slip away for them quite significantly, but they took an entirely different approach there.
Yeah, they went kind of into bedroom, in towards study, kind of all over the place. I think we did miss 2 kills, and I think they were the decisive ones. I think there was a nade kill that happened, and again, Team 1 and Oregon were great with how they were getting their nade kills, and I want to know who it was that they killed in the position he was in, because that really would have been able to paint a better picture. But all credit to Team 1 being able to get that refrag onto Cameron with, you know, that incredible shot that he managed to pull off was phenomenal. So I think Team 1, even though they're in those depositions of man count, still being able to fight back, and that has been a true testament to them. They just won't give up.
Certainly not a team that's going to roll over and just let the game happen to them. They want to have something to say about it right up until the end. Aviator Games Room going to be the site of the famed Souls clutch from this game. Clutch that should have never had to have been, but was. Round largely going FaZe's way down to Astro playing downstairs. Now, he was on, I believe, the oNe last time. This time, going to be playing the Jaeger. I doubt he's going to be occupying the same position on the map. See a little bit of a mix around. Team One going to be going for a classic north side clear, get themselves into Statuary, get themselves into Master, and really start to try and work some valuable intel there being gathered by Alamau. Bullet has no idea that he's been droned out there. He could be very vulnerable indeed.
FaZe, once again, with that steady roam game that they're trying to apply. Team One almost trying to ignore that. We're seeing now 90 window be pressured. We're seeing obviously the study also start to get targeted. So Team One kind of learn from their mistakes, I suppose, and they're not looking to hunt below. FaZe have now started to put more resources into holding Astro and Trophy and Statuary in that side of the map. Astro and Bullet both together in that kind of instance. And just depends if Levy can weasel his way in and find a kill. Does he know Bullet right beside him? Astro will be thrown down, but they do not know about Bullet. Sloppy drone work from Team One, and that has cost him that first kill.
Bullet got droned at the start of the round as well. Alamau eventually hops in and shuts him down, but that was very unnecessary indeed. Second kill in onto the site as Cyber C4 from below will do something onto KDS, but very quickly is left as the last remaining player. Lagonis getting the plant down, and you get the feeling that this one isn't going to slip away the same as the last. Alamau laid prone, watching onto the top of the stairs, can pre-fire his way on through. Cyber does manage to make the cross and can start to try and hold some of these angles, but realistically, he is going into the meat grinder there. Alamau grabs that final kill as he started to really pick himself up over the last couple of rounds.
Don't really know what happened from FaZe. All four of them died within 10 seconds of each other. Bit weird. I mean, Alamau just jumped in a window and got 2 kills for absolutely nothing. No trouble at all it cost them. So yeah, maybe Team One just, again, they lost that opening engagement and they were able to bounce back. They were able to respond to FaZe. I don't really know what happened with FaZe there. Refrag starting to lack a little bit. And now that momentum that FaZe had garnered over the past 3 rounds, the first 3 rounds, is gone in a matter of minutes.
Just how quickly it can slip as well. You know, FaZe were looking at potential 5-1 at one point here. You know, they were really doing quite well. And it was very unstoppable. And slowly but surely, Team One pulled themselves back into things. Very easily see a 3-3. That'd be crippling, I think, for FaZe. Yeah, very high likelihood that Team One take it. I think if we get a 3-3 split here, just based off the way that the momentum would then start to swing, if FaZe's head starts to bow a little bit, Team One could really start to try and take some advantage of that. Likewise, still chance here for a 4-2. Haven't seen that big star player in the last couple of rounds, and I think that's been something that FaZe has lacked. You know, we mentioned about how they're not a team that relies on clutch plays, but we've not had those clutch plays in this series at least. We have really looked to be lacking this. Not as equal a contribution as you would maybe like. Souls has got 2 kills. Those are the 2 kills that he got in the clutch. Apart from that, he hasn't really been able to do all too much.
Team One has switched up their lineup just a little bit. We're seeing the Habana now make their way in. I've seen a couple rounds with Team One have went at hard breach. And this has happened a lot, Ollie. The site that you don't necessarily need it for, which is the kitchen, the hard breach makes an appearance, whereas the site that we would like to see a hard breach, it doesn't make an appearance.
This is what Team One did yesterday as well, isn't it? Every single kitchen, they'd bring the hard breach. I can't even recall where Lagonis would actually be using it either.
Another nade kill. These have been rolling in just consistently for Team One, and it really is hindering FaZe and in terms of how we know they can play this roam game is just being picked off by a nade. Maybe this is where the lack of Jaeger in their lineup has really started to strike them down. Alamau has been down. He's actually jumped in a frostmat inside the bathroom, and Bullet is right onto that. Look at him like a hound on the hunt for a fox. Will find his man. So goes into a 3 versus 4. Has slowed down Team 1 just a tad, but still they have good control. They have that Memorial control. Neskin eliminates Astro. That's one less player to worry about. Maybe another Souls round. No, it will not be. KDS slips in. It's on the wrong side of the holographic there for Souls, and now Bullet. Can he make a clutch? Can he make it happen? I don't think he's going to be ready for a man close in his corridor. And no, he will not be. KDS in a great position. Catches him by surprise, and, well, we've seen a 3-0 lead from FaZe. That has now turned into an even split, 3-3 half.
Great comeback from Team 1 once again. Second time we've seen them really come back and flip a game around today. I think the focus to start getting the plant down was something that has really benefited Team 1 in those last couple of rounds. That switch up to really just focusing on the site and dealing with getting that entry, understanding where the roamers are, trying to cut them off on the way back to site. How many times have we seen the plant go down or it be attempted under the cover of, you know, the Souls trying to deny the plant, and players then from FaZe scrambling to get themselves back into a position to retake? I think FaZe are drawing a really I think Team 1, are drawing a really nice line between searching out that entire roam game and then focusing on the objective. 3 rounds on the bounce, the momentum certainly with Team 1 at the minute. Now we see the sides switch. If Team 1 can continue that form on the defense, which for all intents and purposes, Demo, shouldn't be a problem for them. This is Villa after all.
Now Team 1 are in the commanding position, and they definitely look as if they have the confidence, they have the momentum, and all the pressure lies on FaZe. They're going into the more difficult half by all means. Let me actually go look at the FaZe stats. I mean, we know the NIP stats anyway from how they performed on Villa yesterday against NIP. Whenever we look at the FaZe and Furia game on Villa yesterday, FaZe only managed to win 2 attacks, Ollie. That's all they won, was 2 attacks.
A 3-3 split on attacks, very good. Very good indeed. Team 1 are going to be pretty pleased with that, I think. And as you mentioned there, the pressure firmly on FaZe now to start to pull something away. They need a 3-3 split. They cannot afford for anything but. Going to be attacking into Aviator Games. A big extension into Trophy and Statuary. Where a lot of the focus is paid in the early part of the round. Cameraman opens things up onto Neskin. Horrible angle. On top of the roof, looking all the way through Pig window. Able to pick off Neskin. Imagine, would have been what a nice shot to have. We did see Astro actually get up there and use the Fear's lifeline to blow open the wall to further that line of sight. That's exactly what has caused the problem there. Cameraman can now get himself in and start to try and use the Inox on some of these footprints, get a further idea where the roamers are here. You start hearing those Rotero drones go off to destroy various bits of utility, and of course the soft floor, a live ping here for Astro to work, for Cameraman to work with as well. Net does seem to be tightening, Demo.
Does indeed. It does indeed. A C4 being cooked by Lang. He hasn't actually had the best of games considering his team has pulled off a great comeback there in that opening half. 1-6. See if he can get any kills with this C4. Has the lineup. Will it be successful? Just waiting for the right moment, the right time to strike. In goes the explosive drones, and down goes the shield. Alamau is now going to be forced back. There's the C4. It was cooked at the wrong time. Nobody home for him. Snag a kill. Soul's also going to open up a sidewall looking in towards Billards. That creates another angle that the defenders have to be cautious of now. This is not a good look for Team 1 at all. FaZe are really trapping them in, are starting to pick them off one by one as the angles start to open up.
How many options FaZe have given themselves as well. They've been able to open up into games. They've now got a bit of pressure coming in from below. They've opened up into Vault. The combination of the Rotero drone, beautiful in conjunction with the Hibana as well. More nades now being thrown vertically. Pressure is going to continue to mount here onto Team 1 in the site. Astro pre-fires on through, but will be unsuccessful. Sat down by Alamau. Cyber grabs a kill in the meanwhile onto Levy. Lagonis. No Toxic Babes left. Can't do anything really to try and stop this plant. Alamar does have 2 impacts, but realistically, you're going to be able to get him out there? The answer's no. The plant is confirmed, and it's now a retake. Alamar inside of the vault, trying to fight his way through. Knows that somebody's going to be inside a study. Souls finds the first and the second. Alamar and Lagonis both fall in there. Bit of a bait with drone. He hops on up and picks himself up too.
Decisive from FaZe, no real issues that I can see. I think they played that very, very well. Utilized the hard breach to the best of their ability. Even though they kind of struggled with opening up the vault wall because the Kaid charges were denying access to that, they found another option to kind of create a cutoff point in the actual bomb site, and that was opening up that Billards wall, Ollie. As soon as that Billards wall gets open, the 2 guys at bar, they're staying at bar. They can't move. That's them. They are stuck in that position. And then that's where it opens up maps to become just a horrendous area for defenders to deny access to a plant going down and retake. Ultimately, also, very well done by FaZe. A great round, very constructive, and yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing from them on the attacks.
I honestly wasn't expecting FaZe to come out of their attacks and really start picking rounds up and see results straight away, but good that they've been able to shake away some of that lack of confidence that we saw on the tail end of their defensive rounds and really come out strong. One have gone downstairs now into kitchen, using to avoid Aviator in games and not fancying trophy and statuary just yet. If maybe throw FaZe off the scent ever so slightly. Lagonis going to be bringing a pulse. This is a pretty common operator to play on the kitchen site. It's something we saw Lagonis play quite a bit yesterday as well. Able to, of course, gather so much information and couple that with the 3 C4s that are being brought. Really can cause quite a problem. Cyber, he's causing problems with his own. Hops straight in and removes Neskin. One of the quicker opening kills we've seen, and in every sense of the word an entry. Hops in through pig window, pre-fires into trophy, takes out Neskin, job done, straight back out again.
In and out, doesn't want to waste time, snags a kill, and now we'll start to look elsewhere for his side. This pulse has been a real staple for Team 1. It's helped them a lot to gain information. Utilizing the C4s at their disposal has also been phenomenal from them. I've just been very impressed with the destructibility that Team 1 bring in their lineups, not only on the attacks, but also on the defense. They've been very potent with nades and C4s across this week. Let's see if they can find any here. Cyber has to be careful. If they take that top floor control, you better be expecting some hefty C4 play from Team 1. At the moment, FaZe don't really know what they're interested in. Don't have a good foothold upstairs. Looks as if they're more interested in hunting these players towards living room and library, and there is one man by himself, Alamau. He's inside the bathroom at the moment. Will he be eliminated? Will he be found by FaZe? Ashford's jumped straight into Bike, and now he's in a good position to try and hold down that side of the map. A C4 goes in, but it'll actually be shot mid-air before the explosion can go off. Alamau with a second, and again gets shot by Astro, but then Alamau with a swing and finds a 2. It's a trade. Alamau has played out of his skin to get those kills.
Really has, but it's not going to be enough, especially if KDS takes down Lagonis. Another unfortunate team kill for Team 1. That's going to be the 3rd or so we've seen in this series so far. KDS in the clutch. Nade comes through, forces him out of position, straight into Cyber's waiting arms. Collects the kill and says thank you very much. It's FaZe. Back-to-back rounds here on the attack. They're looking dangerous. They're looking deadly. 2 rounds away from locking up this series.
This feels like a moment where we just have to say F, I suppose, for the team kill, because it just happens again.
What, 3rd time? I think we've had, do we have 2 on Oregon?
Can we get 3 Fs, please, for the 3 team kills? That'd be great. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is about Team 1 and these team kills. It's really costing them crucial rounds where they look to be in, you know, a good position. I kind of questioned whoever the Kaid was in that round. Just wanders out of China. Don't know what he was hunting for. Don't know what he was after. And he gives an easy kill, which then gives the man advantage back over towards FaZe. So yeah, Team 1 just all over the place right now, and they've dropped 2 defensive rounds. And FaZe are more than happy to have those 2 attacks.
You can really feel the fire that is in the FaZe bellies at the minute as they move ever closer, confirming this map and therefore the win. I was a little bit concerned for FaZe, honestly, given the fact that they lost map 2, given the fact that they came out here and started dropping rounds on the defense. I was thinking it might just be the classic flash in the pan that we're used to seeing. But they've shown that depth and they've been able to come back. Alamau, desperate times, desperate measures. I don't want to watch a shield go up. I want to watch Alamau on the spawn peak. Immediately detected. Nobody on the side of FaZe is going to be falling for that one. Himself back up through the vault. No doubt will find his way safely back through the site. But I think that just goes to show the sort of desperate lengths that Team One are going to, and that they're almost at the moment, Demo, is that they're going for those cheeky strategies.
Trying things a little bit reckless that you would consider. Oh, how have they gotten away with that? But it's been working. I'm liking this. I'm liking this setup already from FaZe. They have completely obliterated that quad wall on Astro. That is a wall that we never see get touched. Ever. That never gets opened up in that fashion, but they have just completely obliterated that wall and also have obliterated Alamau. Astro will find Lagones. Oh my word, this is just a kill house for Team One. And only look at them, they're not on site because they physically can't be, because that wall is really shut down their angles. You can see Levy's trying to battle back, but they've just flooded in. It is just a tsunami of FaZe players into the faces of Team One. Diffuser has not yet been planted though, so there is still a bit of time for Team One to try and retake, but it's still not looking good for them. Cyber will try and cover behind the bomb chassis. I'm sure Souls will try and plant right on that corner, and he will do just that. KDS battling back, but there's the cover from Cyber, which was expected in KDS. What can he do with the oNe? We'll find 1 kill. Can he find a second? No, misses the spray, misses the quick flick. If he got that, then things would have definitely heated up, but at this stage of 1v2, all the FaZe players need to do is hold their angles and hold their crossfires, and that should be it said and done for this trophy and statuary defense. KDS and such low HP now. Where's he thinking of going into the bedroom? And he will find Cyber now. Bit of a misplay there from FaZe, and now it gives him a 1 versus 1 advantage, but he is up against Souls, and we never see him lose these scenarios, Ollie. Souls does it again.
Get a heart rate monitor on Souls. I want to see how much, if at all, his heart rate alters during the clutch situation, because he is cool as a cucumber, cold as ice.
You know what's
FaZe.
colder than cold?
He is.
Souls.
Match point here for FaZe. Match and series point. They win this, they will be known as the champions of the Copa Elite 6 for Stage 3. And boy, oh boy, will they have deserved it. Number 1 throughout all 3 stages here inside of the BR6. A team that we've watched ourselves, Demo, grow and develop over the course of the last year. Team One, not quite the rookies anymore, not maybe still the up-and-comers, but with a major win under the belt, they are a worthy adversary. They put up a good fight, but 1 round is all that stands in the way of FaZe and that championship. Got to see if Team One can fend them off it for long enough, take us to an overtime, and really, really give us a bit of a... I mean, I don't even know if we can have more intense of a contest. It could come down to a 1 versus 1 in max OT, I guess. But there's a long way to go until we get to that point. Team One, they have to battle back here. They can't afford to make 1 false step. FaZe poised and ready.
One round is all they need. That is it. It's been a bit of a weird villa, Ollie. 3 rounds won by FaZe, and then 3 rounds won by Team One. We've just seen 3 rounds won by FaZe again. Alamau, a very common spawn peak. I'm surprised that Cyber has fallen for that one. Ollie, has that ever caught you out in your time? Has that ever been an issue for you?
Never. Believe it or not.
Never. Ever happened to you?
No, I don't spawn there.
Oh, okay.
After the first time, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well,
no, it's one of the older ones in the book. And we mentioned Alamau was, doing a bit of running around and things of that nature in the previous couple of rounds. I think that just shows the lengths that Team One are trying to have to go to here to get the job done. ADS is going to be able to pick one back onto Souls. The Deployable Shield has been removed now on those main stairs. Not often that we see 2 kills going in favor of Team 1 here. And it could be the start of a comeback, at least inside of this round.
Astro utilizing those Selma charges. Cameraman will find Neskin and does give them 1 kill back. If he finds a second, it would be phenomenal. Knows exactly where to aim for KDS, and we will find him. Cameraman, a big double kill to get his team back up on the horse, and they can try and gallop away with this win. Maybe the third has that live information coming from the Inox scanner. Will be up against the mirror. That vector in those close ranges can be difficult to deal with. Astro, oh, good night. Astro gets annihilated by Alamau, and Team 1. What a performance. What a round. That was quick.
Where has this Team 1 been? Have FaZe got a little bit too hasty there in trying to confirm that match point? Potentially. Team 1, they've dragged one back. 2 more is all they need to confirm us an overtime here. We're going downstairs to kitchen dining. Kind of surprised to see FaZe sort of lose composure after losing that opening pick. I think that maybe affected them a little bit more than they would have liked. And maybe the round advantage that they've got at the minute was one of the reasons why they let it affect it. And we were just able to say, well, you know what, let's just try and push and move a little bit quicker, see if there's anything we can gather. But the Jackal and the work that Cameraman's able to do is really effective. And if that was just, you know, if a little bit more time had been taken there inside of that round, and maybe a few more drone stops out there, could have seen FaZe lock that one up. So by no means said and done. And it isn't a guarantee that we're going to see Team 1 get themselves that early advantage every single time.
So Team 1, pressure on their shoulders. Keep in mind, still up against the match point and the series point for FaZe. Move now in towards our next bomb site. We're looking at kitchen. This was a bit of a weird one for Team 1. Had some good control here or there, but the C4s didn't really work for them. There was an occasion where we've seen 2 C4s shot out before they could get exploded for Team 1. Alamau, this is where you know, Ollie, he has to pull out something, and he's looking for another spawn peak.
Desperate for anything that he can get, isn't he? And you do worry that if Team 1 don't get said spawn peak, is that really going to affect them that much? You know, it's nice to try and get a bit of an early advantage, but you can't rely on it. And FaZe have been much more cautious in their approach this time.
It's good information again from Lagones. This is the power of the pulse. You can see where kind of teams are stemming their attacks from. What's their idea behind going for the motions off this kitchen? And there's the first kill. Levy will find Cyber lurking below. The Roman Kite has worked. Levy's not had the best of games today, Ollie, but does make up for a great kill. Onto Cyber, top performer for FaZe. Look at Astro, tries to slip in. What happened there? I do not know. It has meant that Lagones has wasted a C4. KDS will find another, and Cameraman tries to slip into Memo, but cannot secure the kill, and Neskin will cover his pulse. A 2 versus 4. Things not working out well for FaZe. Astro battles back with another. This is where we look to Bullet to make a big play. He's in a good position towards China. Will now slip in through the China door onto kitchen now. He positioned himself well. Diffuser is going to be cold, though. Bullet, look at him just crouch, walking away. Does Lagones have any idea? I don't think he does, and Bullet will secure that kill. One more inside of Memorial. Bullet tosses that flashbang, but Astro is there with the cover onto Neskin, and now KDS is the lone member standing. Does have the diffuser on the door. All he has to do is play the hatch. Will dump a couple of magazines in towards that door frame, and now the diffuser has been grabbed. Unfortunate for KDS, he takes the plunge down the hatch. He's on the door frame. A 1v2. All they have to do is cover the diffuser going down. Bullet in a perfect position. Just has to hold on, using the bomb chassis as cover. Astro will secure that diffused information. Gone, though, from the drones. KDS will shoot them and almost finds the headshot. Has to back away, and they know exactly where he is, Ollie. He's trapped in a cage, and he's not getting out. Astro finds the final kill, and FaZe will be crowned the champions of the Copa Elite 6 for Stage 3.
FaZe have put out a stunning performance there. Great siege played by this team. They've been so consistent throughout the regular stage of the BR6. And to come out here and to come away with the win, it is a testament to the work that these guys are putting in behind the scenes. Commiserations there.